Yeah guys, how you going? Well, first off, just wanted to say thank you for everyone's support on the past two videos. I really appreciate it a lot, and if you could keep it going, that'd be sick. So today I thought I would answer some questions that I've been getting on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot. I haven't been able to. I've got them all written in my notes in my phone, and I can't really read off the notes and record at the same time. So I memorize the first three, and then I'll cut the video and continue later when I've eventually written them down. So first one I'm pretty sure was, how old are you? So I'm 24 and I'm 25 this year in August. Second one was, where are you from? Where do you live? So I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and that's about all I'll say. I'm gonna say where I live. And third one was something about tattoos or something. How many tattoos and piercings do you have? And do you plan to get more? So yes, I would like to get more of both. In piercings, I have like, I don't know, 4, I guess. My nose and my lip, and I got my ears open. So I don't know, 6, 7, depends. And tattoos, like 4. I got like both arms and both legs, and I don't really like count each individual thing as a different one. But eventually I'll just have one big one, hopefully. And we'll see how we go in the future. Alright, so, oh shit. So I just looked at my notes and I decided that I'm just gonna pause the video, go back to the notes, memorize a couple, and then continue recording. So I tried to group them, like the first 3 were kind of things about me, and then like some of them are hospital related and etc. So the next one was, how many operations have you had? I've had, I'm pretty sure, 183. Majority of them, I was going to say, well, obviously, but people that are watching this and don't know me won't really know why it's obvious, but a lot of them were for my stomach, my bowel, my gut, my torso, whatever. I don't really remember a lot of them, but I know like within the past fucking 3 years or so, actually 5 years, I probably had about 60, and they were pretty much all just trying to get, I had like infections in my line. Once again, have to say something and then evaluate, whatever it is, explain that. So I've got a port, which is this thing here that's moving, and that pretty much gives me all my nutrition, like when I go to hospital and stuff. So I've had that replaced a lot recently, and that's pretty much the main thing that I keep going in for surgery for. Yeah, as of late. I've had 2 operations on my arm because I broke my arm twice in the same spot within like 4 months when I was younger. So I had to get that like reset and whatnot, and that was fun. That was so shit. Next one I'm pretty sure was, this is the one I mentioned the other day that was very broad, and I didn't really know how to explain it, but I'll give it a shot. So it said, how many times have you stayed in hospital? So to put an exact number on that, I don't really know, but I don't know whether you're talking actual admissions, like each time I've been admitted, which once again would be too hard to figure out. Days I've spent in hospital would be a lot harder to figure out, and so would months and years. Like I've just spent years. So the best way to explain it, I guess, would be, a while ago I actually tried to figure out a rough estimate of like how many days. I did the same thing last night, and I'm pretty sure all up like if you put all of my admissions together and I had one big admission, I'm pretty sure it was close to like 4,600 days or something, which was like just over 10 years, nearly 11 years, sorry. So I pretty much spent 11 years straight in hospital. And yeah, that's a bit baffling, considering that's pretty much half my life I spent in hospital, literally. So yeah, that's a piece of information for you. Alright, next question. Kind of hard to elaborate on, but what was it like living at the Children's Hospital? So, once again, for those of you who don't know, when I was 16, nearly 17, I got really sick, and I went to the Children's just as like a normal admission, and I ended up spending 27 months in there, and it got to, well, it was actually my like permanent residence. So on my first ID, I still don't have my ALS, so I have a what's it called, proof of age card, and so on that card my address actually said Royal Children's Hospital, and so yeah, I was there for just over 2 years, and it was, I don't know, it was very interesting. It's hard to put into words, hard to explain properly. I guess you gotta experience it yourself, and I don't recommend that. I don't really go into it too much at the moment, maybe like at another point. But I got really sick, and it just kind of, the months just kept going, and they kept trying to get me healthy, and they didn't really know what was going to happen if they like stopped the treatment that was making me healthy. So it was all like, majority of it was just a waiting game to see what would happen. And I don't know, I was living at the hospital. I was still going to high school, and then when that finished I was going to TAFE, and then while I was going to TAFE I was also working as a chef. And yeah, it's a lot to deal with. Very interesting experience. And if it wasn't for that whole period of my life, I wouldn't be here, like physically, and I wouldn't be where I am now, which isn't too bad at the moment, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to define, especially somewhat on the spot. I will go into this topic like a bit more in depth at a later time. But yeah, it was interesting. It seemed fun at the start, especially like 3 months after I was there. The new Children's opened up, and I'm pretty sure I was the last patient to be transferred from the old hospital to the new one, and that was exciting. That was, new hospital, real fancy, fucking meerkats. We have a fucking meerkat enclosure in a hospital, and a shark tank or fish tank, and then you got your Maccas, which is always cool to have like right downstairs, literally. And then it just eventually got to the point, like I said, I was working, yada yada, and then I don't know, probably after a year and a bit mark, I was over 18, so I was going out, like, after work. I'd go to the club, I'd go watch bands, have a couple drinks. So that was cool that they were pretty lenient with all that to an extent, obviously. But it's hard to live a normal life, especially when you turn of age and you still have all these restrictions, and you still have to do what certain people say. You can't really start to live your life properly. But it gets to the point where they were getting on my nerves, and I'm sure I was getting on theirs, and it's just very tense. Like, you wouldn't, it's shit because you don't want to, you're mad at them all, but you have to talk to them because they're there to help you. So it was very, very intense, very interesting. I think, you know, majority of them we still left on good terms. Like when I went to the Austin, like I still go to the children's and say hi to a couple of the nurses every now and then. So there's no bad feelings. It's just very interesting time. But yeah, like I said, I'll go into it a bit more at a later date. Hey guys, so I just realised that I forgot to film an outro for the Q&A. So please excuse how tired I look. It's currently like 20 to 3 in the morning. But yeah, just thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support. I really appreciate it a lot. If you guys could keep it up, that'd be really cool. And like I said, thanks for watching. Alright, see ya.
In the ATL, that's my homeboy. Watch your back if you're gonna walk alone, boy. Cause everybody in the homeboy.